So let's talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. Not the one that happened in the 60s or 70s or 80s. The one that's happening in 2019 and 2020. This movement is going to destroy our country. And I think a lot of people know that. You defund the police, that's going to produce more cops that don't know what they're doing, that are literally going to pull someone over, and if they open their glove box or if they open a compartment to get their driver's license and they see a firearm, they're going to draw their weapon and shoot them. And the person drawing the weapon being the cop. Some cops might not even know how to turn on body cams or not. That is, if the hashtag 8can'twait succeeds and they remove body cams. And talking about the hashtag 8can'twait, why do you guys, why does the entire Black Lives Matter movement, if not the hashtag 8can'twait, why do they want to demilitarize the police and defund the police and make better cops? Those don't go together. If you demilitarize the police, that means you're going to be taking away their body cams, their body armor, their long rifles, also known as the AR-15s, their shotguns, and a lot of them are just going to have tasers and pistols. So, what's the point? Oh, well, simple. You don't want black people to be shot by white cops. Well, what about that 2015 incident where a black cop pulled over a white man? The white guy was handing him his driver's license, and the black cop shot him because he smelled drugs on him. Then once he finally searched the car, there wasn't any drugs in the car. He was just, the black cop was just smelling a donut that he hasn't smelled before, some dumb shit like that. But turns out that black cop was racist, reverse racist. And, well, fuck you if you don't know what reverse racism is. Reverse racism is either you're racist to your own race, like white people being racist to white people, or black people being racist to black people, or black people being racist to white people. That's basically the base of reverse racism. But there has been something that I've noticed. Over every single police report that I've seen and every single body cam footage, there's one thing that they all have in common. Reaching. Now, if you've gotten pulled over, or you've been unstopped, or you're being detained, don't reach for your waistband or your vest. When a cop says don't reach, or a police officer or a sheriff's deputy or anyone with law enforcement, and they say don't reach, don't reach. Failure to obey simple instructions can result in you being shot and killed. But here's the one problem about that. What if the person that you're telling not to reach has a mental disorder, or bipolar disorder, or DID, or something like that? What if they're trying to be suicided by cop? What if a bunch of stuff? Cops don't shoot people because they're black. Every cop has a reason to shoot someone. Every cop. Racist cop, non-racist cop, reverse racist cop, every single cop has a reason to shoot someone. Now, you can probably link videos in the comments saying, well, look at this video. Well, sure, maybe that cop didn't have a reason to shoot him, or maybe he just hasn't disclosed the reason why he shot him. What I'm saying is, when a cop says don't reach, and you reach for your waistband, or you're fiddling around in your pockets, you're, and they deploy a taser and it doesn't work, next up is a either non-lethal or lethal. Also, let's talk about peaceful protesting. It's something I've said many times before. In a peaceful protest, if there was a police line and someone throws anything, just something, at the police line, that is automatically turned into a violent protest and where police can take action almost immediately or immediately. If the person's in the crowd and he throws a can or a soda can or a rock or just anything at a cop who's in a police line and they can't see the person who threw it, a lot of people are going to be detained or arrested. Now, one big thing that I've noticed about police reports and riots and all that stuff is, sure, okay, don't, like, if you're gonna peaceful protest, do it on the sidewalk. If you do in the street, people have, then random pedestrians have a reason to run you over. Do it on the sidewalk. Like, that's a really smart idea, to just put up signs, walk around on the sidewalk, walk around in front of big buildings. Just don't block entrances, don't block entryways, don't block exit ways, don't block exits. But if you want to peaceful protest the right way, don't peaceful protest. Because majority is, a lot of those peaceful protesters can probably get arrested. There was a police report in the, I think, late 90s where these guys were peaceful protesting, and 2 of them had warrants for their arrest. Well, those 2 people got arrested. Turns out, those 2 people had warrants for their arrest, and they got jail time, along with violent protesting. Now, I know this isn't the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, but the big difference that I've noticed, and I find this hilarious, is no more police mustaches. Have you noticed that? But that's not just it. Police tactics have changed slightly and greatly. Active shooter situations, police now carry long rifles. So now, police can actively take down an active shooter. But what if that police officer doesn't have a long rifle, doesn't have a shotgun, doesn't have an AR-15, only has a pistol and a taser? Well, that police officer would then call for backup. Also, let's talk about SWAT team for like the last minute and a half of this. If an active shooter is shooting up an area or a school or anything like that, SWAT team should be called, because SWAT team is the police for police. SWAT team is more militarized police. SWAT teams are the people in that heavy armor with MRAPs and like long rifles and shotguns. SWAT teams are the people you don't want to fuck with. Well, anyways, this has been a fun little rant with you guys. See you fellas next time.